You got to learn to trust yourself, and you've got to learn to trust that everything is working out exactly how it's supposed to. And you've got to remove all of the fear of failure. You've got to remove all the self-doubts that you have. And that sounds like a very basic statement, but it's because it's true. To remove all of the fear that you have around the fact that you're not going to be successful, to remove all of the doubt that you have that the venture that you're on isn't going to be profitable and the path that you're walking down isn't going to be optimal and that the destination that you're going after isn't going to be worth it. You have to remove it all. And you have to trust. You have to have faith. You've got to believe. You've got to believe in yourself, and the fact that you have the ability to do everything that you would ever wanted to do. You've got to believe in something bigger than you, whether that be source consciousness, whether that be God, whether that be a higher power, whether that be the law of attraction. You've got to believe that there's something bigger at play. You've got to believe that it can happen and it can happen for you. That if somebody else has done it, then that just means that it can be done. And if somebody else has never done it, then that just means that you can be the first. You've got to believe. And I think that the biggest thing that holds everyone back when it comes to achieving success is the fact that they lose trust. I start out this venture super excited to go after the things that they want. And then on that journey, when it starts to get hard, when adversity strikes, when you get knocked down, when the landlords come asking for their rent, or when the bills come due, or when the clients drop off, or when people keep saying no, or when the content isn't hitting, or when nothing seems to be working, that's when you start to doubt yourself. And doubt is like a poison that takes over your mind. It's this thought that is supposed to come in and out of our awareness for a second and then leave. And then we go back to faith. We go back to trust, where we're supposed to be. For so many people, doubt becomes a home that they end up living in. It becomes a thought that they attach themselves to. And instead of it being a cloud in the sky that ends up passing and moving away, it becomes a permanent storm that they end up holding on to. Because unlike clouds that, if I live in Kelowna and the weather is sunny and, one day it's sunny and the next day it rains and the clouds will pass. Unlike that, with our minds, we have the ability to grip onto things. And most people are gripping onto the wrong things. They're gripping onto the fact that they don't believe they're going to be successful. They're gripping onto the fact that they think that they're going to fail. They're gripping onto the fact that their parents told them that this venture that they're on isn't going to be a profitable venture. And so they start listening to outside opinions. They start listening to that internal voice that's telling them that they're never going to be good enough. They're never going to be talented enough. They're never going to be worthy enough to achieve success. And because they do that, they end up losing sight of the thing that they want in the first place. You have to trust. You have to believe. Not only in yourself, you have to believe that it's possible. You have to believe that a bigger life is attainable. You've got to believe that you don't have to subscribe to the same life that everybody else does. You don't have to do the same thing that everybody else does. Wake up, go to work, 9 to 5, go home, watch TV, go to sleep, wake up, do it all again for the rest of your life. You don't have to subscribe to the system. What if you made the decision to break free? What if you decided that you wanted to start your own business so that you can be in full control of your financial future? What if you decided that you actually wanted to get jacked and you got out of your own way and you started actually taking your fitness goals seriously? What if you got out of your own way and you actually took your relationship seriously and you actually gave your partner the love that they deserve? You have to trust that something better can happen for you. And I understand that if you've had some things happen to you in the past, whether that be traumatic childhood experiences that you don't want to talk about, whether that be you did in your past that you're not necessarily proud of, whether that be you fuck some people over or they fuck you over or they let you down. And because of that, you hold on to this shame, fear, anger, resentment that holds you back. You've got to learn how to let that go, because trust, because belief, because faith, because certainty, because confidence, you can't be one and the other thing at the same time. I can't have full trust that I'm going to be successful and at the same time have doubt that I'm going to be successful. Those two states cannot coexist at the same time. It's got to be one or the other. So you got to make the decision on what kind of life you want to live. Do you want to live a life where constantly every single day you doubt yourself and then you attach yourself to those thoughts and that becomes your reality? Where every single day you are so worried about fear of failure, you're so worried that you're not going to be successful, that you never take a chance, you never take a risk, you never bet on yourself, you never go all in. And so you stay stuck in the same place for 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, and it's August 2025 and you're in the same place that you were at the start of the year because you weren't willing to go all in. Or do you want to believe? Do you want to have trust? Do you want to understand that everything that is working out for you, everything that's happening is supposed to be happening at the time that it's happening? And if you're going after a goal, if you're going after this thing that you want and it hasn't happened yet, that doesn't mean that you're not destined for success. That doesn't mean that you're never going to make it. That doesn't mean that you're not talented, qualified, or worthy enough. That just means that it's not the right time. You've got to believe in divine timing. And you've got to believe that everything that is going to happen at the time that it's supposed to happen. No sooner, no earlier. When I think about the fact that I wanted to get a Lamborghini for literally 6 years, and for 3 years, I went to get the Lamborghini. I was making the right amount of money. I got denied. Next year, went to get the Lamborghini, was making the right amount of money, got denied. Next year, went to get the Lamborghini, making the right amount of money, got denied. The fact that it took me 3 years to get that dream car that I ever wanted, even though I was financially in a place where I could afford to get one, and I kept getting denied over and over and over again, the fact that that ended up happening is because I wasn't ready yet. I had other things that I needed to spend my money on. I had other things that I needed to do. I had other skills that I needed to develop. I needed to build my business to a place where I could actually afford one, and I didn't have to think about it. Where a Lamborghini lease payment was no longer a concern for me because it was less than 1% of my income. I needed to get myself to that place, and I wasn't there yet. And so many of us, what we do is when we're going after the thing that we want and it's not happening for us at the pace that we want it to, we end up doubting the process and doubting the journey because it's not happening at the time that we want it to. But that's just called divine timing. And the only reason it hasn't happened for you yet, even though you want that thing so bad, is because you're not ready yet. That doesn't mean it's not going to happen for you. That means that you need to trust the process and understand that if you keep putting in the work, eventually you'll get ready. It all comes down to this concept of trust. Trust is the number one thing that's going to get you to your goals. Trust in yourself and understand that you have what it takes to achieve success. And it might be in a month, it might be in a year, it might be 2 years, it might be 5 years, it might be tomorrow, but you have to trust. And you have to let go of the expectation of the timeline because the timeline isn't up to you. All you can do is put in the work every single day and follow a plan that's geared towards success, and then have faith and have trust that at the right time, in the right moment, at the right circumstance, it will work out for you. And I do believe in luck, right? I do believe that if you're working towards the thing that you want, eventually an opportunity presents itself. And if you are ready, luck will present itself. That right moment that you've been waiting for, you will be ready for it because you've been preparing. But you have to have trust. You have to believe. You have to have faith. You have to understand that good things are going to happen for you. You have to understand that you are destined for success. You have to understand that if anybody has done it on this planet, then it can be you. If one person has done it, that means it can be done. And if nobody has done it, that means that you can be the first. And that, my friends, is such a beautiful idea to hold on to. Why can't that be you? Why can't you be the person driving the Lamborghini? Why can't you be the person living in a nice house? Why can't you be the person that's driving the dream car, but is taking care of your family, that no longer has to worry about money? Why can't you build that business that gives you the freedom to be able to travel the world? Why can't you take care of your friends? Why can't you take care of your family? Why can't you be the one that retires your mom, retires your wife, retires everybody in your family? Why can't you be the example that everybody else follows? And not just with your words because you say that you're going to be successful and you keep telling your family and your friends that you're going to be the one that makes it. Why can't you be the one with your actions? Why can't you be the one that shows them? Why can't you be the one that steps up and actually be the example for people to follow? Gives them a light, gives them a beacon, gives them a North Star where they can aim towards because you are setting the tone. Why do you need to have somebody else to look up to? Why can't you be the example? Why can't you be the one that believes in yourself so much that everybody else starts to believe in you? Why are you seeking their approval? Why do you need them to bet on you? Why don't you start betting on yourself? Why don't you take a risk? Why don't you fully commit? Why don't you make the decision that you're going to be the one that breaks a generational curse? Why don't you make the decision that this life was meant for you? Why don't you come to the realization that the fact that you're even alive, breathing, watching this video in this very moment means that you have the gift of life. And that gift of life is something that most people don't have. A lot of people don't get the same opportunities that you do to be able to watch this on an iPhone or a MacBook the way that you do. There's billions of people on the planet that can't even afford to watch a movie on an iPhone. And you're here. So why can't you be the one? You can. You just have to trust. You just have to believe. You have to let go of the fear. You have to let go of the anxiety. You have to let go of the frustration. You have to let go of the self-doubt. You have to let go of every single thing that could prevent you from achieving success, whether that be friends, family, coworkers, negative thoughts, patterns, old identities, old stories, traumas, everything that could potentially get in the way of your success. You have to let it go and you just have to believe. And if you trust, brother, and if you believe, and if you hold strong, brother, eventually you won't make it. Thank you so much for tuning into today's episode. Hopefully you got some value. If you did, and you want to learn more about how me and my team can help you scale your online fitness business to $10,000 a month, DM me 10K on Instagram at TheRealBrianMark for more information, and I'll reach out to you to see if I can help you grow an online coaching business.